Hey Capricorns, welcome to your July 2020 mini reading. Just want to kind of see what we have to look forward to. June has been very much a yin month, so going within, doing a lot of inner work. July is going to be a month of action. It's going to be a yang month. It is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. Okay, this first one that came up, very interesting. Trust your innocence. Okay, what's coming up for me is some of you have buried the child part of you, maybe because there's been a lot of pain. Okay, that innocent, playful part of you that's kind of gone missing. Okay, that's kind of what's coming forward. It is a 5 and a 4. It's a 9, so something is coming to an end for you this month. But this is sort of like freedom through change and hard work. So I feel like maybe the work you've been doing has been paying off. It will pay off for you. I feel like this card always reminds me, you know, we bury all of a lot of our childhood because sometimes it's too painful, but that child part of us is very beneficial. There's like an innocence there that is actually is beneficial for us at this time in our life. But I want to look it up because that's what's coming to me. But I'm also being guided to look in the book and be like, what does she mean by this? Truth, trusting yourself, being real with people, knowing the difference between intuition and paranoia, returning to innocence. So it's that whole burying things or avoiding things, okay, and not really trusting your own intuition about things because there's too much paranoia. Okay, all right, let's see what else we have. It's almost like, you know, when you're a child and you don't have to worry about those things, you can just be and exist and do. It's kind of like that, returning to that. You know, a child kind of just trusts themselves. They just kind of know, you know, but they through experience, they learn otherwise, right? When you trust yourself, you don't have to worry about anybody else because you can trust yourself to be able to navigate anything. I feel like that's going to come up a lot for you this month. Okay, yeah, the root chakra. So we have some family stuff coming up. Maybe, again, your childhood. Creating stability in your home. For some of you, your home, okay, your home life has not been stable. This isn't going to resonate for all, okay? But for some of you, your home life is not stable, okay? You've kind of been ignoring how unstable it is. And that kind of has to, that will come up so you can take action on it. But I feel like there's some family stuff that needs to be anchored in, needs to be healed, needs to be forgiven. Is the word that's coming, okay? Finding peace with the things of your past. Okay. And solar plexus, we have a 4, getting to work, but we also have, this is radiant illumination. This is empowerment. The solar plexus being like your empowering self, okay? Yeah, balancing that out. I feel like you'll need to embrace all aspects of yourself in order to do that, though, okay? Realizing there was really nothing wrong with your child self. Maybe some of you kind of feel bad about who you were as a child, or because people made fun of you or said things about you or made you feel like you weren't normal. So maybe part of it, a big part of it, is reconciling that. Okay, so I'm just going to move this down a little there, just so it's a little more even. Okay, let's see what else is going to come up here. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords. So this is Taurus, Gemini energy. Determination, pursuit of excellence, sort of ambition, but it's truth bomb energy. I feel a lot of you are going to be hit with some kind of truth bomb, okay? Whether it's from the people in your life or a self-realization or some kind of realization that dawns on you like, oh, this is connected, okay? This thing I experienced here is now affecting me in my life here, okay? So I feel like there's a big connective energy. Part of it could be, yeah, because we have the Tower here. Okay, so know that everything that's happening is happening for you, because the change needs to happen in order for you to fulfill your own life. But for some, okay, you're going to experience a Tower moment with other people in your life, but it's going to bring you to a realization about yourself. Okay. Okay, whoa. That one really wanted to come out. Yeah, the Seven of Cups, emotional confusion. It's going to make you a little bit confused, because it's sort of bringing to light. Okay, you're going to, I feel for some of you, this is very much either another level of spiritual awakening, or you're going to be waking up spiritually, which means you're going to start questioning things. Okay, things that you've believed your whole life because everybody else believed those things. You're going to start questioning them because they don't align with your truth anymore. They don't feel right. They don't feel good. Also, you're going to be guided to move forward without knowing all the information. And just because you're moving through this space of trusting, right? Trusting yourself that no matter what happens here, you're going to be okay, because it's you that's leading the way. It's you that's driving your chariot, okay? You're driving your bus. Six of Cups. Okay, yeah. So deep soul ties, nostalgia, reconnecting with past people. Lots of Scorpio energy coming up here, guys. But what I think is very interesting about this, okay, is inner child and future self. Themes of your life. This is that pattern connecting that I'm talking about, where you're going to see how everything is kind of interconnected, and it's going to be very interesting because it's going to shift your perspective and how you see other people in your life. It's going to make things very clear for you so that you can stand in your own power and do what's best for you. Okay? I see like sort of like things, reviewing things from the past. Okay, so we got two. The Three of Wands and the Magician, both very powerful energy. Some of you might be waiting for your ship to come in, but this is a very almost contradictory energy, because the Magician is somebody that has all the resources within them, okay, to bring their dreams into reality. But the Three of Wands is like doing all the work and then waiting for someone to approve it. So there's a bit of a conflict here that's going to come to light, I feel, in July, where you're going to be like, okay, it's up to me to drive my own ship. No one's going to come and save me from this situation. I have to save myself, whatever the situation is. And you'll come to the realization, because you're shifting through this energy of the empowered solar plexus, being open to its perfect and healthy state, you'll feel empowered enough to do that, and recognizing that maybe you've been waiting this whole time, and now the wait is over, because you're actually going to take charge. So I think that's going to be really powerful. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh. Orbs of Light. Okay, so we have a 40 here. The Orbs of Light, to me, whenever that comes up, and look at that, we have Soul Child on the bottom. So yes, inner child stuff. Childhood, wanting to do the work with your inner child, like the childhood wound type stuff. For some of you, you're going to have understanding around that. Okay, for others, you're going to be acting on it because you've been aware of it for a while. So the Orbs of Light, the spiritual worlds are delivering a message to you. You may have already heard it through telepathic reception and mistaken it for your own thought. Yet it is inspired by your higher guidance, those spiritual beings that love you without condition. It is an answer to a question and guidance to increase your happiness. Okay, so just know what I feel with this is that it's going to be very evident that you're being guided. Okay, you're being shown certain truths. Okay, you're being shown what unconditional love should feel like to you. And anywhere you're not receiving that in your life, it's not to blame the other people. It's just to recognize that maybe they're either not capable of that, or you haven't been doing that for yourself. Okay, So I think, pay attention to that. Those random thoughts that come into your head, they have purpose, okay? It's not just your thoughts being crazy. So I think that aligns a lot with, so for those of you who are aware of that this is a possibility, it's to really give it more attention, okay? Give it more of your energy. For those who are just waking up, know that you're not crazy. This is a real thing, okay? Because I feel like there's two very different groups here. All right, what else do we have? Okay, resilience. Like if this wasn't a Capricorn card, I don't know what is, okay? You have it in you. You have the ability to look at that. And then we have self-love on the bottom, okay? You have the natural inclination to survive. But now you get to shift into an energy of thriving and persevering, okay? So it's to recognize that, you know, you've been through a lot before. You can go through a lot now. It's just going to be, it's going to feel very different for you. It's going to be less for anyone else and more for you, knowing that that actually benefits other people more. Okay. All right, very interesting. So, okay, also not a surprise though. So we have parents here. We talked about this with the root chakra and your childhood stuff. Okay, the divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you heal from any pain associated with your mother or father or both. Well, it's not. There we go. Okay, so understanding that our parents often never grew beyond their own emotional wounds. They were incapable of helping us be children. Or support us the way we needed to be supported, okay? So know that it's okay for you to have some issues with your parents, because a part of this process is acknowledging, validating your feelings so that you can honor them and let them go. So it can actually create forgiveness and healing for you and your parents. And then we have mediumship. Okay, some of you have a natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. And for a lot of you, this has scared the crap out of you. I'm seeing some people who have to go to sleep with the TV on or a radio on or something because of what you hear when it's dark. It's made you scared of the dark. There hasn't really been anyone in your family, so to speak, that could actually help you understand what's happening. So you've always been afraid of it, but just know that that's part of your gifts that are opening up with this. And once you start to understand more of the spiritual world and how in power you are and that nothing can really truly hurt you, it's really going to open things up for you. But just know that that card came up for a reason, to acknowledge that you have this gift, and it is a gift, if you can release the fear around it. So, but for right now, so for those of you who are panicking, breathe, because you're not going to just jump right into mediumship. It's just to recognize that those voices in your head, that's part of your claircognizance. It's part of your clairvoyance. It's part of your sentient energy, and it's just a part of you, and it's nothing to be afraid of, and it's nothing to make you abnormal. But right now in July, you're going to be focusing on a lot of, your reality and the beliefs that you've grown up with and the issues you might have with your parents in your own childhood. That's what you're going to be focusing on, and just knowing that you're supported beyond this physical realm, okay? By angels, by spirit guides, by those loved ones that have passed away, okay? All right. For some of you also, you may be dealing with death coming up, or a lot of fear around your loved ones passing away, okay? I feel like that's kind of a whole other ballpark to understand that death is part of the process. It is something that we don't really get to negotiate. And although you'll miss them, it's going to be interesting because you'll have the ability to connect with them if you choose to. Okay. But again, I don't want to focus too much on that because I think it's going to be really more about your physical reality. So we have the 8 of Summer for a guidance piece, the desire for more meaning in life. Realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Yes, so part of your action, there we go, I don't know Okay, here we go. Part of your action in July is going to be moving on from the things that no longer serve you emotionally, and knowing that you can honor them and they've served your purpose. They could be relationships, they could be how you choose to react or how you choose to go about things. It could be all kinds of things, but you're in the power seat now and you get to decide what actually is going to benefit you moving forward. So I hope that this has helped. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing July.